If you've ever felt like the third wheel, this podcast is for you.
If you love Wheel of Time, this podcast is for you.
If you're bored and have nothing better to do, this podcast is for you.
Join Rob,
Megan,
and Jen
in celebrating the Wheel of Time
and its statistically best fandom
and ridiculous gaming skills,
and probably a few cocktails.
And find out which one of them will be the third wheel this time.
This is three-wheeling.
Hello.
Hey!
Hello. Can I just tell you, I almost burst into tears at the song because we haven't heard it in so long. I've missed this.
It's been a very long time, or it feels like a very long time
It
since we played the song. And
Yes, I mean, and we did technically podcast at WoTCon, but it's been a while since we heard the song.
yeah, we did not hear the song. So
Nope.
hello. It's nice to see your faces. It's sad to see your faces with a screen between us again.
I know.
I know it is, but it is nice to. It is nice. It feels like a little bit of a less of a distance. Honestly, like to me, it feels like a little more of just a continuation of the hug, but in long distance form.
This is
Oh,
true.
I like that. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So Meg is representing wearing her WoTCon cheerleader shirt today. So making us feel in. How did you get that, Meg? I forget. You got that last year, but I forget how.
It was, so not this last WoTCon, but last WoTCon. So like when they had the tokens or whatever, which I got 2 tokens, I think, for pretending to be Bella on the bear.
I remember that.
And then, and then you got to go pick a prize from the table of prizes. And I saw the WoTCon cheer shirt and I was like, ooh, I need one of those. So actually Tavern and I both got one. And then we took a really fun picture pretending to be cheerleaders out front. So
love that.
It is a good photo. It's true.
It is. Yes.
That's true.
For a half a second, I was like, am I just not remembering year 2 very well? And Meg actually got on stage and did cheerleading with Kevin. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was Critter. And it actually was Critter.
No, that was Critter.
It was Critter. Yeah, it was Critter.
I mean, another Egwene stan,
Yes.
So.
But Megan did do, and this was kind of like, I mean, before you sort of knew her, but Megan did the very first challenge, like bring somebody up from the audience, and she did dare, and it was dare to do Bella, and she whinnied her way across and pranced her way across the stage, and everyone died.
I did. Yes.
You were the hit.
It was beautiful. It was very, very impressive.
It was.
Well, I was saying, I mean, like I was obsessed with horses as a child. So I had been practicing horse noises my whole life. So I was born for that moment.
You were born for that moment. That is the perfect way to describe that. So it's been a while. We took a short break for a couple of reasons, but we kicked it back off at WoTCon. So we had Guy Roberts join us. How cool was that?
It was amazing.
Should I do the leftover flaming goat kisser right now in honor of Guy Roberts? I mean,
absolutely. Why not?
Do it. Start us off.
Oh gosh, that face.
Her face is so good. It's so good. Megan, will you please tell our audience? I mean, I know we talked about it in the other episode, but will you please tell our audience what you're drinking?
Oh God. Ugh. There's still some left over in there too. Ugh. So it's Flaming Goat Kisser in honor. Oh, Jesus, that's hot.
You gotta drink a Nuna to keep it like refreshed a little bit.
Right?
Oh man. Okay. So so it's rimmed in so it's shot glass with the rim in Tabasco and chili flakes. So that's the hot part of it, part of the flaming part. And then the shot is made up of 1/2 ounce of Jaeger, 1/2 ounce of Fireball, which is a cinnamon whiskey. And then you top it with Bacardi 151 and then light it on fire. So I had to make the video for it last week. So that's why I had it. So obviously I didn't have it lit on fire at the moment. But Jesus, it's like there's fire in my mouth anyway.
Leia said, why would you do that to yourself again?
Because I can't let alcohol go to waste.
I liked it. I actually liked it.
I don't know. I have photographic evidence that you didn't like it, Jenn.
I know. I saw that picture and it looks like I don't like it. It's true. I think I had a moment. maybe it sat with me nicely.
I literally took the picture of me and Guy after we were like tasting the shot. And I've put in there like how Guy Roberts feels when he finds out you don't have your ticket to MalkieriCon.
That's perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wait, do we want to do my other cocktail that we actually have today? Because this would actually be very refreshing after that.
What did they? Okay.
Then please refresh yourself.
Yes, refresh yourself. Let's do
So
our
that-
cocktail of the week.
Yeah,
You
so
can tell
that
we're out
was
of
from-
practice because I forgot about cocktails. So
Right?
Yes. Well, because I just have so many this week. So that was last week's 2 weeks ago cocktail for WoTCon. So this one is called, so as you can see, Mother's Goat's Milk in a Cup. So the last time we had the podcast, we did Avienda shot, which was not your mother's usquai. So I was making 3 shots to represent Rand's 3 women. I don't like saying it like that. The 3 women who love Rand. There we go. I like that better.
Nice adjustment.
Yes,
Thank
he
you.
does
Good
not
adjustment,
own it.
yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So anyway, so this, so it has a rim on, and again, as we discussed last time, this is a shooter, not a shot, because it's more liquid than just
Which
a
means
shot.
you can take your time drinking it. Yes or no? Are you still supposed to just drink
Well,
it?
I mean, some people could just shoot it, but I don't do that. I like to enjoy it, especially after that horrible thing I just drank. So anyway, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio for the rim of cinnamon to sugar. And then, and usually what I do is like, so I put a little bit of simple syrup in the shaker, and then I twist the shooter on it so that it will stick. And then I go ahead and twist it in the cinnamon sugar. And then, so then in the shot, in a shaker with ice, you're putting 1 ounce of Fireball and then 2 ounces of rum chata, and then you shake it and then strain it into the shooter glass. So cheers.
Leia approves of your rim job there, by the way, Meg.
Oh, thank you.
I was kind of. Can you tell I was waiting until you were actually drinking the shooter before I said that?
And I was like waiting to say something and decided not to. So thank you, Leia, for pointing out the obvious, the low-hanging fruit, if you will, there.
But that's perfect after the last shot. It's very soothing on my tongue.
Nice.
The goat's milk has fixed the flaming goat kisser a little bit there, shall we say?
Yes.
And in solidarity,
kind of a nice. That's a very nice pairing, actually. I might need to. Yeah.
And I'm drinking
an
an iced
goat
coffee.
kisser, and then mother's goat's milk in a cup. Yes. So.
Yes, and then I'm drinking an iced coffee with a little horchata or rum chata. Oh, wait, yours is rum chata. Yeah, with some rum chata in it as a in solidarity.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice
I have been struck by you've done too much this month poison, Rob. So hence why I sound like, as I called it at the convention, the voice of God, although that time it was because I was hungover. That's why I sound like that today, folks. So I am just drinking some coffee, but we'll have fun anyway. So,
well, that means none of us is the third wheel because you're drinking coffee, Meg's drinking rum chata, and I'm drinking coffee and rum chata. So we clearly have
nice
something
blend.
going on.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect.
Well, I'm just drinking everything, so
yeah, Meg's just like, just give it all to me. I will just keep drinking. So
if you build it, if you mix it, if you mix
I will come.
She will come.
Oh, that sounded really bad too.
No, I know. I was gonna not say
I
that.
was like, if you mix it, she will drink. I don't know. Like maybe that's
Wait,
what I
this
was gonna
needs to
say.
be the snippet for the audiogram this week.
All right, 9 minutes 20. Okay, noted. Love that. Trying to remember how we do this podcast. Normally we would do social media now, but
yes, which I do have something.
We do have something.
I do.
So Megan's prepared. Rob and I are like still on summer hiatus a little bit.
Yeah, I was
Megan
just
was
like,
prepared.
oh yeah, we took a quick break. What do I? Oh yeah, I've set up the stream. That's my job done. It's like, no, we need to do more than that. Thank you, Megan. For
When
keeping
usually
us.
we're prepared, but
Anyway, I feel like "Make It and She Will Drink"
Okay.
needs to be a T-shirt.
Yeah.
oh yes, I love that.
Yeah.
With our 3-wheeling logo on it. Yes,
Mhm.
for sure. We need to start getting some merch.
All right, hit us up,
So
Meg.
are we going
what's
on to
been going on
social
the socials?
media?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, obviously there's been a lot since we've been gone, since you've been gone. And so really, I just feel like the most pertinent thing to just, well, a couple things. One, it's absolute garbage that Sharon Gillam didn't get nominated for anything.
Here. And also that is echoed by many of my friends in the industry. And in fact, I walked past my friend who's a costume designer, a very excellent costume designer
Mary?
this morning. Yes, but she wasn't home. But I was ready to bang on the door and be like,
can you say what Mary made first so that people get some reference, because this is legendary.
Well, she is legendary. I'll say what she made. I know what you're thinking of, and I'll say that last. But she was the costume designer of Men in Black. She was the costume designer of Crazy Rich Asians. Good Lord, it was so beautiful.
Wow.
And she's amazing. But she also she worked with. I mean, she was one of the, I think, the two costume designers. But she built the Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman suit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Legendary.
She is legendary. She's an absolutely brilliant costume designer. She's friends with Isis. I don't know if she knows Sharon, but that's what I wanted to talk to her about. But she is brilliant and also one of literally the nicest people on the planet that you would ever meet. She is just a gem. Yeah.
So what
Mary
I'm hearing
Mary
is
her name.
Yeah,
we need to find out when Mary's free to come on. And we can then do costume discussions.
Oh, that's such a fun idea. Let's do that. Why did I not think of that? We'll make that happen.
We can do our own hour-and-a-half Emmy love fest over Sharon's costumes with someone who understands costumes just the way Sharon does.
Yes. Let's please do that. And we'll do that. And I don't know that she's that familiar with the show. I mean, she does sci-fi and fantasy, but not so much necessarily, so she may not be
better, because then we can spend 90 minutes trying to encourage her to start watching the show, and then she can come back and tell us how much she loves it.
And then we can just we can slowly roll out the Lanfear costumes and just be like, and then there was this one,
but I don't like the head.
And then this one.
But sorry, we've totally talked over you there, Meg. Sorry, carry on. I do apologize.
Oh
yes,
no,
you go.
Okay. So that was the main thing. Well, one of the main things. And then what just dropped, was it today, that Hadestown UK dropped that Donal Finn's final performance is August 25th.
Yes.
So you're hoping that means because he's going back to work.
Yes.
Well, now you see.
Who else could get him out of that contract but Amazon?
No, now here's the fun thing. I do want to clarify, it's not just Donald's last day.
There's a bunch of people.
Did
Sulin have stuff to say about that?
No, it's not Sulin. It's also his. I don't know where it's been posted. So I remember seeing it in Discord servers. It's probably just on Twitter if I go looking on Twitter. But it is also his co-star, like his the lead actress, it's also her final performance, and that one as well. So here, I'm going to bring it up. Hopefully it's on Twitter here. Yes, so it will be your last chance on the 25th to see Grace Hodgett-Young and Donal Finn play Eurydice and Orpheus on August 25th. If you haven't seen it and you have the opportunity, folks, please go and see it. I've seen it twice. I actually haven't seen both of them on stage at the same time because Donal wasn't there the first time I went to see it, and then Grace wasn't there the second time I went to see it. But it was stunning. So if you have the opportunity, please go. Now, I am related to this, but last night I had a friend in town celebrating Kayla's graduation with us, and she works in TV and things of that nature. And I was like, hey, do you remember your friend who said this thing about Wheel of Time? Because I don't want to reveal what they told me. I was like, have they heard anything? And she's like, do you know what? I should ask. So they went and asked of said person, and they were like, yeah, there's nothing really happening at the moment type thing. Like, it's all, I think they're just working on editing for season 3 and stuff. So, or like whatever the CGI and things like that. So I'm not inclined to think he's leaving Hadestown because Wheel of Time wants him back. I feel it's just his contract's come around and he's like, I'm done. Like, that's enough.
And it might be that the next, like, if he were to sign on for the next run, like the next section of run. I mean, first of all, also, when your co-star that you have great chemistry with is leaving, it's a good time. I mean, like, this probably like that from the beginning, that was when they were contracted out, but also he may not want to like sign in for another length of period of time if there's talk of getting back into filming at the end of the year, or if he's trying to do something else. Like, he may, like Wheel of Time may have opened up some doors for him that he's going to have some other opportunities for some other film and television work that he wants to get in before he comes back to Wheel of Time too.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, Donald, don't leave us. Like
Don't leave us, Donald.
we can't deal with a third Matt, and we also love Donald, and we don't want to. Don't leave us.
I feel like he, because I've been lucky enough to meet him twice. He was very proud of the work he did on Wheel of Time. Henny was one of the people that auditioned for Matt originally. And when Barney left, they went like, okay, hey, do you want to re-audition sort of thing, or however they actually did it. But he went back in. I feel like after going through that, even if it had opened more doors, it actually strikes me the type of person who enjoyed it too much and is too loyal to be like, well, I'm going to ditch it now that I've had a door opened.
Yeah,
very Matt-like of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he would. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he would stick it out to the end, but take what doors he could in the meantime, and then afterwards be like, right, now all the doors are open, rather than just one or two. That was really cool.
And presumably they are contracted in for a certain, like they're right of first refusal, can't take a lead in something that would compete. But and the other thing is that we've talked about this, the chemistry, the off-camera chemistry. I mean, aside from on-camera chemistry, but the off-camera chemistry of this crew and cast seems to be one of those legendary things that come around not very often on film and television. I mean, there can be great things on set, but this seems to be one of them that is really real.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that though, Meg, because when you were talking about social media, I'm like, if Meg doesn't mention the Hadestown thing, I'm going to mention that as well, because people need to go and see it. It's a great revival of the play anyway. The way the stage works for the different scenes and stuff, not just the actors on stage, but the musicians are on stage. It's it's a beautiful combination. It's such a great production. So you really
are they going to be recording this cast at all before then?
I don't know. No one's said anything. I haven't seen anything specific about recording the play itself. I'd be shocked if they didn't try and record the music, like the songs for an album prior to Donald leaving. Not that his understudy, say his understudy becomes the part, or if someone else comes in. Not to say they wouldn't be able to sing to do it. Right. Obviously, they couldn't hire someone who couldn't sing, but I feel like there's between Donald and Grace, there's probably a bit of magic there that needs to be captured on a proper album.
Yeah.
So, and they've done it for previous renditions. Like there's
I can't wait till we get him singing on the show. Like I need that in my life,
which we heard is going to happen in season 3.
Let's hope. I don't know.
I thought Rafe said that.
Did
I
Rafe
think
say
it's
that?
just alluded. I don't know.
I feel like it's more than alluded, and I'm holding to that. I don't know where we heard it.
I mean, Jack of the Shadows is very, connected with him, so it's
I mean, it could
likely
just be like
to happen, but yeah. So
we'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out next year.
Yes,
because it'll happen next year, I'm sure. Like there's no way it's 26. It's got to be 25.
Right.
No, it'll be
well,
25.
I mean, we'd probably have to wait till the band was formed, right?
Before he starts singing Jack of the Shadows.
Jack of the Shadows.
Not if he goes through the Redstone doorway.
That's true.
He brought that singing through the Redstone doorway?
No. But he brought that song with him back from the memories. That's where he learned that song. Was from. He's like, don't y'all know this song? And it was like from 2,000 years ago or something. And so it was a song that he brought back from the memories. So if we get a Redstone doorway or something with him, and he already drank the magic tea. He can do whatever he wants. He can sing.
Or a reprisal of the Manetherin song that Barney sang season 1.
I do love that song. That's when I wanted to use that one as a parody, but it's not a parody. But
yeah, it's not very long.
Wait, I have now an idea.
So that's another thing that happened. Let's talk about that for a hot second before we talk about WoTCon.
Right.
The parody contest.
Yeah.
Everybody had their weeks taken over for a week. Their days taken over for a week. That's a better sentence, Rob. For What Idol, which they really need to do over a few weeks. Please, Matt, innkeepers, like Lauren, John, please listen to me. People can't give up 20 hours in a single week in their evenings. Come on, dudes.
It is a lot.
It's brutal. Yeah. And now there were a lot of people who were only able to log in for finals, which is great. I mean, finals are fantastic. And you're seeing the best of the best and the cream of the crop and the funnest and the funnest and the heartfeltest of the heartfeltest. But All of that said, it is, it's hard to give up those 2 days. Last year we had we had one in last year, and I couldn't see the second day last year.
Right.
Like it was, I was at the Ren Fair or something. No, that was for finals, but
Yeah, it was
It's
finals.
tough.
Yeah.
it's a lot of time. We could space it out like American Idol, like once a week for a month and a half leading up.
I mean, even if you could just do you could work it out and do a 2-hour show every week. I know one of the initial concerns where they asked people not to release the tracks publicly until they're quote out of the competition.
Right.
And obviously, if they did it over a period of weeks and then did a wild card, like the person who won the first week, say they do it over 5 weeks and the final on the 6th, people that didn't make it through that first week have had to wait 5 extra weeks to find out whether they can release their track or not. I had the idea perhaps that you could do a wild card after every week.
Yeah,
So
like
say,
just that day's wild cards.
For one extra track, one of the songs that didn't make it through tonight to make it through to the final, and then the other 12 that didn't make it through or whatever it might be can be released.
Which frankly I think would serve everybody better, because I even felt like the wild cards that were on the second day had a better shot of getting in than all
They
the
were
things
more
we watched on the
remembered.
first day,
Yeah.
because it was just like we had just seen it, and then
Yes.
everybody immediately went to vote for the favorite thing that just didn't make it 5 minutes ago, as opposed to like, oh yeah, yesterday, oh I forgot I love that one. Yeah,
That's true.
I think that's a really great
If you spread it out over even just a month, you wouldn't have to do 4-hour shows, and you could play more of the parodies.
Because I was falling asleep by the end of that first night.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, asleep in every live stream, Megan.
It's true.
I was lucky. I was in America, but my original plans meant that I was going to miss both the second night and the final. And then how my plans worked out because of illness and things like that, I managed to catch the second night. And then we goofed up when the finals were on and booked plans for lunch and missed the finals as a result. But, had I been here in the UK and working, I'd have been, I don't know, I would have maybe watched one of them, possibly. Yeah. In fact, I probably couldn't have caught any of them because of how my work goes these days.
Yeah, I mean, I only caught them because I had COVID, and I was like isolating in my bedroom, my tiny little bedroom in my house, staying away from the rest of my family. And I was like, what else am I gonna do? But if it had been normal work days for me, it wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah. So, but Meg and Jenn did a beautiful Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy song, which I love.
Thank you.
In the classic, like 1920s, 30s, 40s, whatever it is, like that it's not tinny, but that
it is kind of tinny. You're right.
Yeah, we kept going at the tin can. Yeah.
Yeah, but the old-fashioned way of recording songs and the way they sounded transitioned like 2/3 of the way through the song into just like modern style of recording. And
when he blew the horn.
When he blew the horn, yeah, it was just it was beautiful. I loved it so much.
Thank you.
And yours was super fun too, Rob. I liked it.
It was great.
I'm not normally a country person, but I thought it was a very fun song with the whole chef-inspired stuff and everything. So
yeah, I do a different genre every year. So I've done rap, I've done punk, I've done indie, but like stripped back indie on a piano, and now I've done country. So next year is not opera, folks. I've joked opera for a couple of years. It's not happening. Next year is going back to rap music. I'm like, okay.
That was one of the things I was thinking about too, because we really enjoy doing our little emoji heads, and in part because we're not physically in the same part of the country, so we can record those separately and put them together easily. But there's something so fun about all the ones that have cameos, and like
shout out to Tucker and Rihanna. I loved theirs. That was my favorite.
Oh, yes. That was very cool.
Really amazing.
And
it was really
and Brian amazing. with Nerd Crush.
Nerd Crush.
I know.
I've been singing it all week, actually. It's funny because go ahead.
I was gonna say he brought temporary tattoos to WoTCon.
Yeah.
But he had like a whole stack left over. He gave them to me. He's like, take them to MalkieriCon, Rob, and hand them out to people. So
that's great.
But yeah, nice. And shout out to Salia for actually winning with
super
what
creepy.
was the name of the track? Yeah, very creepy. What was the actual name of the track?
Forsaken, wasn't it?
Forsaken?
No, that was
Oh no, that's Jess's.
Yeah.
Oh, Unnatural.
Yes.
Unnatural.
Yes,
that was it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I just know
Pat and
Pat and Fang creepy. That's
Mhm.
so creepy.
So yeah, thank you. $5 my grandma's throwing it in chat. So,
Yes.
but just a heads up, everybody. Like, I'm winning next year, so I'm actually,
All right. It's
I'm actually
on.
making it. I'm making it my goal to start writing it. Like probably after I get the snack calendars done. So, no, actually, maybe after Water Holiday. Maybe after Water Holiday, I'll start. But I'm actually doing a real video this year. I'm going to parody the video of the original song,
Nice.
and I need to learn something extra for it. But I can't tell you because it'll not give away the song, but it'll give away like a big fun moment of the video. So yeah.
Oh, I have to say that was one of the really fun ones for me was Allie and Gus's, like with their shot for shot. Aside from the fact that it's just hilarious because it's about the slug, but their shot for shot recreation of the Adele video was great.
No, the lyrics were great. Her vocals were
amazing.
The
and
hair dryer blowing her hair. I was
moment.
like dead.
That's my favorite moment.
Yeah. Oh, it was hilarious. And then like the outtake at the end, and Gus is like, no, we don't throw books in this house.
And I'm pretty sure that was not staged. I'm pretty sure that was real Gus. I didn't ask, but I don't think that was made up.
I could definitely see it being a real moment. He probably didn't know what she was going to do, and she threw the book, and he's like, nope, not okay. You don't throw books.
Yeah, because I do know for a fact that they do have an ongoing debate about whether books should be well loved or well kept.
Yeah. See, like a book needs to be loved. I take off the dust jacket if it's a hardback so I can actually read it, because the dust jacket just gets in my way. But the rest of the time, I'm just like, the book just gets loved however it gets loved. If it gets like something stained on it, or if it gets, the spine gets creased or whatever, I'm just like, that's it. I don't buy books to decorate my bookshelf. I buy books because I want to read them. But I know people who buy them and they just like go up on their bookshelf and then they are pristine left, and that's it. It's like, have you read that book?
That's what a dust jacket is for, to make it look unread, right? Like you can take the dust jacket off immediately when you start reading it so that you don't crinkle it and runkle it. And then you can mac on the cover as much as you need to. It can fade in the sun. You can drop coffee on it. I think I've told you I have in my Shadow Rising, my hardback of Shadow Rising, I have a cat paw print because I read it at the barn in the summer, and there's like still a little cat paw print in it from Groucho. Yeah.
It's a cute memory.
It's great. It means more to me because when I see that, I'm like, "Aw, yeah."
Groucho.
All right. Speaking of memories, we made fun memories a couple of weeks ago, didn't we?
We did.
We're
I was looking through my phone for something earlier today, and I was like, "Did I show you this photo of me, Meg, and Jen?" I said to Kayla, and it was the three of us in your hotel room where you're wearing your G and Toe t-shirts, and I was just there with the Math Llama drink cup that you lent me for the weekend, which I'm sorry if it still smells like port. And it was just a great photo because like it was. I've met you both at WoTCons before, but like this is our first WoTCon where we do shows. Like we have a podcast together.
Yeah,
and it was I loved it. It was just a fun weekend, and like we just got to hang out, the three of us, lots, a huge amount.
A lot. Yeah. So it was really, really fun. Yeah. And I felt like the unofficial bartender for the weekend.
Yeah. You saying, Meg, will you go make me a drink?
I was running up so often to go.
Leia, I know you partook of some of Megan's drinks, I believe.
So we need to give you context here, folks. So Meg and Jen drove down from where Meg lives and filled the back of Meg's car with a bar, basically.
A giant cooler.
A huge cooler. Did you ever get that? The armrest? The
yes. Oh, yeah. Troy did it as soon as we got home. He got it.
He laughed when he saw it in the car. He said, "You got it stuck, didn't you?" And we said, "Yes, yes, we did."
Yeah. Did you tell him about how we didn't get it fully extended and we were like weirdly wheedling it through the car park?
No, I didn't talk. I forgot about that part.
That was funny. But yeah, like a massive cooler filled with not just drinks, but like bottles of spirits. And then Meg had, a shaker and a strainer and shot glasses, and then like
My
the shot
full
glasses
set of
had a
shot
fancy
glasses.
holder, like a set
Yeah.
of 6, this little curved bar thing, and like Meg turned up to make cocktails. Like, most people turn up with like boxes of beer or spirits or whatever. Like, I brought a 1.5 liter bottle of port that I was like, I'm just gonna sip this because I'm a weirdo. Meg turned up with, I'm not making it up, folks. Meg turned up with a fucking bar and tended bar the weekend. It was insane.
Yes.
I am bougie. I can't just, do things small. So
Yeah.
No.
In fact, I think I drank one too quickly and you were offended. And I was like, but it's so good.
No, you like drank that whole drink in almost one gulp. And I was like, no, that needs to be sipped and savored.
It's so good. I just had to keep drinking it though. That was was that the Basil Gill?
I think, yeah, it is very.
Or was it the Marin? Or was it the Marin?
drinkable.
Was it Marin's honey cakes? Marin's honey cakes. No, it was the Basil Gill. That's super drinkable.
Yeah, it was very drinkable.
Well, they're all pretty drinkable, other than Uno's flaming goat kisser. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like what were your highlights from WoTCon this past WoTCon?
I remember that Matt asked us at the end of the thing about our highlights, and I decided not to share. I think this might have been my entire highlight this is so stupid, but it's not me. And I didn't want to share it publicly at WoTCon, but I will share it publicly here, which was a little context first. So the first year we came to WoTCon, I was the biggest lesbian nerdy fan. Like, I was such a fangirl. And I wanted to meet Jenny so bad. And I was like, finally, like literally right before we left, I think, Megan, I ran up and I was like, I just really love
I made you do it. I was like, you need to go say hi.
You were not going to say hello? You were going to.
No, I was so like, I mean, and I was like, fine talking to like anyone else. I mean, like, whatever. But I was just like, anyway, so I finally did talk to Jenny. So, and then even since then, like, we were on a live stream together recently. I think we were on Dusty Wheel together, and I was just like, oh, I'm with Jenny, it's so cool. And she was the first, hers was the first Patreon I joined. And so, but we've become friends now, like over time. But I was standing with her when Guy Roberts walked up and looked at her and said, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you guys. I just wanted to say I really love your show, to Jenny. And she stopped breathing. Like, she just, and she was like, what? I can't believe. And then she was like, I can't believe this is happening. And it was so sweet because it was just this lovely mutual love fest of like,
you're so cool. You're so cool. No, you're so cool.
Yeah. And of people who love the books and love the stories and love the people who are involved with it and like involved in it in two different ways, but just like fanboying out over each other. And it was a really sweet moment. And I got to witness it. I was standing there and I just had this shit in green because I was like so excited watching both of them be like kind of nervous around each other. It was so dear. It was so sweet. It was really great. Yeah. Yeah.
I must have. Jenn said that to me. I must have bumped into her like not long after it happened because she's like, Rob, I need to tell you something, because she sort of wandered over and I was like, hey, Jenn, how you doing? And she's like, I need to tell you something. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, Guy Roberts just walked up to me and was just like, I love your stuff. Like, your content is so cool. And she's like, and I died. I was like, how do I process this? I was like, well, you make amazing stuff, so I'm not surprised. He's a fan. Actually, someone asked me how the convention was going. They emailed me during the event. Really, really sad they couldn't be there. And I said that like I'm having an amazing weekend. It's so great. But the bit that connects to this is I was like, it's really fun to see Guy here as well. Not just because Guy's in the show or anything like that, but I've seen Guy a few times. I've had conversations with him. I've got to know that he's a fan, not just someone who's in the show. But now everyone else is seeing him being a fan. And that is just so cool to see. And that's an example of him walking up to Lesbian Nerdy and being like, I'm a fan of your stuff because I'm a fan of the books, and I love that. That's a perfect thing. That's a perfect thing. Yeah.
And it's her. I mean, her takes are so smart and so amazing and brilliant and fun and authentic. But it was just this like, it was the epitome to me of the fan community, which is that like Rafe is a fan of the books, but of course he's a showrunner now. And Sanderson was a fan of the books before he wrote the books. I mean, there's just it epitomizes this like love for the content, love for the discussion of the content, love for the like depth of it all, and for each other as how we're connected in different ways. It was so sweet. It was so sweet. And I know it's like kind of a weird top moment because it's not mine, but
But
It's
you
still a top
witnessed
moment.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I witnessed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. And I'm
What
very
about yours?
happy for Jenn. Meg, what was yours?
So I would say I probably had 2. So personally, I had so much fun at the Great Malkieri Meme Off.
Yay!
It was so good. And you were so
Yeah.
clearly having fun and you made it so fun for the audience. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So it was me and Joe from Tucker Ran Riyadh. We were on Team Egg Meme. So
Egg
we
meme.
were actually on 2 panels as teammates together. So we were on Great Malkieri Meme Off, and then we were also on the Great or the Better Dragon debate. So because we were on Egwene's side of the Better Dragon for that team, that's why we decided to call ourselves Team Egg Meme for the Meme Off. Anyway, so we were playing against Josh from Black Tower and Jenny Lesby Nerdy, and there were 2 times where we basically came up with the same meme.
Oh my
Like
god.
maybe one word different.
Yes,
It
it was
basically.
shocking.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
one was identical other
One
than
was
word
identical.
placement. Like it was
Yeah.
the exact same words, just where we put them in the picture was different. It was
Mhm.
the Randon or the Florin Gelb one with the
Right.
alligator. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the other one was with the chick looking the dude looking behind her with like
Right.
Chafael and Jiito.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Those were like exactly the same. And like, so they were kind of leading first, and then we sort of like caught up, and then like at the very end we were tied. And then so the last one was the tiebreaker where we could pick any picture we wanted. There was no theme either, right? We could just basically
Right. I could like
style
take
whatever.
Yeah. So for those who have never caught a meme off, the basic concept is teams of 2, and what I do is I have a whole spinning wheel full of random images that are memeable. We pull out a random image, and then I go to the audience, like, give us a topic. And as I've done it over the years, I've discovered that you need to like the less specific and slightly weirder the topic or topics that get thrown out, the better the memes that tend to come from it. So people suggest things, and sometimes I merge them together, or sometimes I'm like, let's push for this or push for that, and and then we say, okay, so this is your picture, this is your topic, you have 2 minutes, and then I entertain the audience with beautiful and hilarious, or sometimes just promotional videos from Kev, as it turns out. He just sends me a random file full of
great.
videos, and I play them, and I'm like, is this going to be a funny thing, or is this going to be Kev just, I made a TikTok? And also, the audience makes memes to match the image and the theme that they've come up with. And we talk about those from the previous rounds, because it's boring watching 4 people sit in front of computer screens and make memes. That's not entertaining. So
Yeah.
we have fun while they focus on making memes, and then we reveal and pick a winner. But the final one was like, pick any image you want, pick any theme of meme you want to make, just go for it and create a meme, and whoever makes the best one wins the competition. And I'll let you take back over there, Meg.
So we ended up picking the same picture, shockingly. So it was Nynaeve
Out
holding
of like
the cup.
a million things. Yes.
Yeah. So like we ended up picking the same exact picture, and it was Nynaeve holding the cup of dirty water that she wasn't able to weave and filter out or whatever. I don't remember what Jenny and Josh said.
Now I need to. Oh God.
It was
What was this?
it wasn't completely unrelated to what you guys did.
No, it
wasn't-
was similar, but
I can't remember.
I don't remember. But anyway, so then, and this was all Joe. I did not come up with this. He actually made this meme before we even like started, because we had the templates or whatever, and Joe and I were sending some ideas back and forth or whatever to kind of like warm up or whatever, and just have some, just in case. Anyway, so this was totally Joe, and it was one girl, one cup, and the whole audience just like exploded. That was our winning meme.
So like, there's a weird quirk. So Omar sets up a special page of the website that the contestants can upload their meme to. And I just use the Discord section for folks in the audience making memes. Also, shout out again to Maury, who wasn't in the room of the meme off, who was in
the room behind us or something.
5 Minutes of Heaven or something, whatever the panel was in the other room behind us, which had Guy Roberts in. And I said to everyone, we need to be loud in here. So people are thinking we're having more fun than they are with Guy Roberts. And Guy Roberts is also jealous, which I think we achieved nicely. But Maury was in the other room and was paying attention to the chat where people were posting their own memes, picking up the themes of what we were doing and then making memes and putting them in there as well. And I was just like, my God, Maury, I fucking love you.
Amazing.
But yeah, so the weird quirk of that webpage, going back to that, is when I click to open up the meme so we can see it in full, it's too large when it loads up, so I have to like scroll up and down the image type thing. It works well enough at the moment. It's a glitch we caught last year that we forgot to fix for this year, so hopefully we remember and fix it for next year. But it uploaded for your image from Meg and Joe's team, and obviously it starts at the top. And I'm scrolling down, and I could there was some sense of like there's no text at the
Anticipation.
top. It's all going to be in the bottom. So I kind of scrolled slowly, and I was like, I can feel this coming. And I'm like, I'm saying to you, I'm like, this is going to be good. There's something about it. I know we're just going to get to the bottom. And then suddenly we just scroll down, and the text, "One girl, one cup" appears. And like you said, the room just exploded with laughter. It was so funny.
And then Jenny and Josh turned to both of you and just said, "We're not worthy. We're not worthy."
They did the bowing thing. Yeah,
it was great. It was really fun.
Was, oh my God, that entire panel. It's the third year we've done it now. I did it at MalkieriCon last year. I'm going to do it again this year. And it's just so much fun.
It was so fun. I had a blast. And that was my first panel ever that like I've been on. So.
Oh my God, was that your first ever panel?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm really glad that you were on my panel, and I'm glad you had a lot of fun. So
yeah, I did. Yeah, it was really, really fun. Yeah,
that's amazing.
So that was like my one of my favorite moments. And then the other one was the story that Guy told about Yosha when he was like, we were all, looking at, the first episodes or whatever of season 1, and screening them together with the cast and crew. And Yosha turned to Guy and said, "Do you think the fans will like it?" And like, just, it was just the sweetest thing ever. And I died. I did. I'm dead. Yeah. It's my ghost right here. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that was incredibly sweet.
Rob, what about yours? What was your favorite moment? What were your favorite moments?
Well, I did get up, as you said, Nablus was asking this at the last final session on the Sunday, and I did get up and say that I don't normally dance. I usually have to be quite inebriated to dance, or for some reason just randomly be extremely comfortable. I don't get up on the dance floor. I have an ankle condition these days that limits my movement a bit sometimes. So usually the dance floor is something I maybe say hello to briefly and then disappear from. But Kate Redding did turn around to me and was just like, "Why are you not on the dance floor?" I was like, "I don't dance, Kate. I'm too shy." And she's like, "Go fucking dance." And I went and I spent well over an hour dancing on the dance floor. I had an amazing time. But
we'll all do anything for Kate Redding, right?
Yeah.
If Kate says something, we'll do it without question.
That is correct.
Or Maria. They both have that effect.
Yeah, I would agree. I would absolutely agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the fun highlight I mentioned. But Kate was sat in front of me when that was coming around, and neighbors asked people to say things. I was like, I have to say that because Kate sat literally in front of me the whole time. But like a highlight for me, oh God, I don't know. It's tough to pick. It was such a busy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obviously very easy to be selfish and just be like, we interviewed Guy. But
that was very special. Thank you for arranging that for us. Thank you.
For real.
How could we not?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was getting a bit of Guy time, so we had to have some.
Well, that was, I think that's an obvious highlight for all three of us, like all four of us.
Right.
Obviously, it was Guy's highlight.
It was such a thrill for Guy.
It was. It was the only time he drank booze on someone's show. It was like, come on our show and you can drink booze. He was like, yes.
True.
And then we set a shot glass in fire in front of him, and he nearly blinded.
And then he almost got blinded.
And then he blinded himself with the booze. Like
he blew out the fire, and then it splashed back in his eye. I think, right?
Yes.
I'm hoping it was just the booze and not the chili,
the lighter fluid, or well, there was
not that, but just
or a chili flake.
A chili flake or Tabasco.
So in his next season, after season 3, that he's going to be like,
truly Uno.
He's like, see this eye patch? It's real now, and I'll tell you where.
Three-wheeler, all their fault.
Be careful, watch out for that podcast, man. They're violent. You think you'd have to watch out for the IEL shows, but no, it's the wheel one. Yeah,
but it's there's the aspect of WoTCon that has just become summer camp. It is that. really precious moment where the people that we're in chat with all year on everybody's different live streams and on every different show, or that we're in Discord with, that we, get to see. And every time we see you in person, I feel like the connections grow stronger, but it's also, it's really special. And it's such an amazingly wonderful, accepting, comfortable community. I remember last year, Island Way saying something about, feeling so like she was so nervous about, or they were so nervous about coming, and it has this safety. If you need space, if you need time, you can take it. No one's judging you for saying, I need this is a lot, I need to go recharge. And there's just such a beautiful, accepting community, and it's really unique and rare. And it's a like that alone, like, so when you say like one moment, it's so hard to, I think it's hard for all of us to nail down one moment, because
I agree.
That aspect of it is shows up in so many different places, from walking in the lobby door at the beginning to, and hugging people, to, singing on Friday night, to, eating lunch with people you haven't met before, or walking across the stage at the costume. There's just so many different places where that's relevant. And it's hard to beat it. It's just one big long love fest.
Yeah, I don't think I could, pick one moment, but something that was kind of running from head, and now you just said that, I was like, okay, I know I can say this about it sounding like I'm just copping out. I feel like I did everything that weekend. Like, so not only so I got drunk every night on the port and the cocktails.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. But like, I managed to go to a sweet party that was held, that was absolutely brilliant, that I've been dying to see for a while, that people were talking about. I was like, yes, I managed to make that. I had some friends there that were doing this thing, and that was a huge amount of fun. I woke up when I wanted to wake up in the mornings without like needing to go pray to the porcelain god or anything like that, but feeling like I had a great night. I woke up with like random things in my pocket, like I had a deck of cards in one pocket and a bag of goldfish in the other. I was like, what on earth is going on? I made it to all the panels I wanted to go to. Last year I didn't manage to do a podcast recording or a Threefold Talk recording. This year we did a Threefold Talk. We recorded our podcast. I made it to the sing-along. I performed at the sing-along, which was hilarious because I've never done that with a live guitar.
It was amazing.
Poor Joe was just like trying to keep one pace, and I was just like, but then I kept losing my place because I wasn't used to just a guitar and things like that. So it was, and the audience was singing with me. I danced. We went out to dinner on the Friday night unexpectedly because you were going. And I was like, well, dim sum. Yes, that was so
not very good dim sum. And strange cocktails that weren't what they said they were, but still, it was really fun.
It was really fun, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I managed to. I feel like I saw, a huge amount of people. I got to hang out with a full range of people. I managed to do everything. It feels like, and that was something I did not do last year. That I kind of. It didn't like make it a bad experience last year, but it kind of felt like I turned up for the weekend and not really WoTConned, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this year I turned up. Though.
Yes, I did meet you last year. This is very, very good. Like I'd met you the year before. I met you properly last year. We actually got to hang out on the Saturday night. Yes. But yeah, this year I got around to do everything, and I think the secret is big giant bottle of port and just sip on it all weekend, and then you just I did that the first year at JordanCon, and that was also like my best JordanCon. So it's
I will bring the math is no problema every year for you, Rob.
Yes.
Love it. I remember not being tired after the sing-along, and I know I wasn't tired, and this is not usual for me to not get tired all the time. And I remember laying down on the floor. I think it was it Jenny, maybe Allie? I don't know. There were a few people sitting on the floor together.
Right.
Leia, were you there? I'm not sure. And I lay down on the floor and I was like, I'm not even tired. I'm just laying down to like hang out with you guys and talk to you, but I really should go to bed because I have a 4-hour drive tomorrow to go back home. But I was just
3 hours.
Whatever. I don't know. I was really far away. It's all I care about.
At least we didn't get stuck behind a combine or a slow ass truck on the way back. Jesus,
they were sending me updates on the way in, and they're like, we're stuck behind this and that, and then it's like, do you want food?
We lost 20 minutes.
Sure? 20
She
whole
was
minutes.
very mad. She was really mad.
Meg and Jen were like, "Do you want food?" I'm like, "Are you sure?" And it's like, "Oh no, we left." I'm like, oh, "Okay, no worries. No, wait, we got you something." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it was a great level of chaos.
Yes.
But yeah, I really feel like I did everything, and then I made what I think might have been one of the most sensible decisions I've ever made at a convention. Now, I was in America. Well, okay, I've discovered two. I was in America like 2 weeks prior to WoTCon because I went to Dan and Jess's wedding, which was
Congratulations.
yes, congratulations, Dan and Jess. It was a beautiful wedding. It was a lot of fun. They asked me to do some videography while I was there, which I think I captured some great things, and they've seen them, and they both love them. So I just need to edit and trim and get them to them, and I was very, very honored to be able to do that for them. So I had arrived to WoTCon very much on American timings. Like I was totally settled. There was no jet lag. So that was a huge difference. So I've got to stop doing this fly in Wednesday, fly out Monday thing. I've got to come earlier and stay for a little bit afterwards. But the other thing I've discovered, I seem to be leaving later and later every year on the Monday, just from conventions in general. But this year, I'd left my suit with Dan and Jess's. I'd taken out my suitcase. I stayed with them when I was in Columbus, hung it up in the wardrobe. And when I packed and went to the convention, I forgot to pack it. So I told them. And then the Monday, there was a chance that, I think Grace might be going to theirs to check out the new place, and then they would bring it back when they dropped it off. But that didn't happen. So they said, did they just want me to pick them up, come out and hang out theirs for a few hours? They live next to the airport. They would just drop me off the airport, easy peasy. We won't talk about my airport journey. That's a long drama, folks.
The shit
We
show
won't talk
of
about
that,
that.
yes.
Oof. However, I said yes. I was like, that's great. So I cut out at like 11:30 on Monday. So people have left, but it's not been that long. You sat there, your flight's not till 6 p.m. at night, and you just sat there in the lobby of the airport because you checked out, and you're just watching people leave, and then more people leave, and then more people leave, and there's like fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer of you until it feels like you're almost the last ones there. And I've done that at JordanCon now. Obviously I didn't do it this year because I didn't go, but last year Grace and I ended up hanging around till later on the Monday because we were taking a road trip over to Tybee Islands, and we were seeing like her family and stuff like that. So, we hung out and very much got to experience the hotel with nobody there. Still laughing how that was like a CDC event and it ended up being a super spreader for COVID. But, that was just entertaining for me. But last year at WoTCon, I was there. I didn't leave the hotel till like 5 o'clock in the evening, basically, because I had a very late flight, and I just spent the day watching everybody leave. And that was absolutely awful. So this year, cutting out before midday, like probably more like 11 or something, and hanging out with Danish and just having the opportunity to say like, goodbye, everybody, while you're still here. I'm out. I'll see you all next time. It's sad to see everyone go. It's sad to say goodbye to everybody. But it was such a game changer for me that I didn't have to watch everybody leave. I was like, goodbye, not one big group, but goodbye to multiple people. And then the goodbye was done. Rather than
it's just like ripping off the Band-Aid at once rather than
Yeah.
I get it.
There wasn't 30, 40 goodbyes across the day. It was one and done. Apart from the couple that left very early. And that was a huge game changer. I am never sticking around till late on a Monday. I am like Dan and Jess, I'm coming to yours every year, or someone's I am in Atlanta. I need to make a friend who lives in Atlanta and be like, I need to come to your house during the day if I have a late flight. Like I need to do something because watching everyone leave destroys you, folks. And we all just need to go to the airport in one go, I think, to make that easier. So yes, those were like, I figured out a couple of things, and that made a big difference to my weekend, I think.
It was a good weekend. It was special.
It was. It was
an incredible weekend.
Yeah. And the community's so tight on Discord. And between Discord and the live streams, I feel like it feels less of a letdown. Like just everybody being on Discord for a few days after of like, I just got home and did this, or I just did that, or did somebody leave this in my room? We went to go see Alanis Morissette with Allie and Gus like 3 days later, which was really it was
amazing,
super fun to just like see them though out of context and like but continue the party.
Yeah.
That's really
great.
I saw your photos. I think I was still in an airport while you were at that concert,
Yeah.
which was just hilarious.
Yeah.
It was just a really, really great weekend. They've
Magical.
already got tickets on sale for next year.
Already got mine.
Oh, nice.
Me too.
Mhm.
I do not have mine. I could just never. I mean, I didn't have the funds to buy it that far in advance, but also, I was just like, I can't plan that far in advance. Like, it just felt
Well,
wrong to
it's
buy.
quite a bit more of an ordeal for you than it is for us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's
for
fair.
you, I mean, it's kind of a big
Well,
deal
yeah, for me, it's just a 3-hour drive. It's like I'll be
Yeah.
there. It's fine.
I still
Yeah.
have to fly to Michigan next summer. We'll see, but that's the plan.
This is true.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll come hang out. I mean, hopefully, Mom will be there next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We expect her to be back next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe I'll just show up. Maybe I'll show up in Prague.
Oh yes,
I'm not.
please.
I don't see how that's even going to be a possibility this year. But just you never know. You never know.
One of these
Well-
days, I will get out there. I will try to. Yes.
Are you going to tell me that the tickets are sold out and I can't come?
No, the tickets are not sold out. So you have. Do you know what? Now you've said this, I'm going to go to the website now, folks. This is
Yes,
obviously
yes,
at time of recording, not at time of release. So at time of release, you have even less time
The
because
clock is ticking.
the clock is ticking. But as of this time of recording, which is July 23rd, you have, at time of recording, 23 days, 12 hours, 49 minutes, and 40 seconds left to get your MalkieriCon tickets. Obviously, that's in-person tickets. Digital tickets will be available up to and including during the convention itself. It's going to be a lot of fun. Michael Livingston. Oh my God, that's another fun moment
he
for
coming?
the convention. No, not yet. However, he got chatting to a few people and found out that the innkeeper is coming with Terry and Terry's sister, and that Ali and Gus were coming. And then he was just like, well, maybe I can come. And he was just like, what? And then, someone came to him and was like, you're welcome. I just convinced Michael Livingston he should go to Prague. I was like, wow. And I went and found him. I was just like, are you considering coming to Prague? He's like, dude, if I can make it work, I'll be there. I was like, because we cannot afford to fly people in from America. That's not in our budget type thing. Like, Guy is an easy win because Guy lives in Prague.
Right.
There's literally, I got permission to have Rami Park come to the convention, and Rami's like, I'm not going to be in Prague. So I was like, okay, well then I guess we won't have you at the convention because I can't fly you to Prague from America. So
Fly me.
I wish if I was rich, I would fly loads of different people. Like Lesbian Nerdy wants to come out, and I was just like, Jen, if I could fly you out as like a guest of honor type thing, I absolutely would because people would die to meet you. So
she can get there. Korea's closer to Prague than it is to Ohio.
This is true.
Kind of.
Technically speaking. So, but yeah, he's considering it if he can sort out the time from school, because obviously he's a professor. But I'm pretty sure he said like, if I just tell them I'm writing a book, they usually just be like, yeah, go on, dude, we'll cover you. It's fine.
Right. Right.
So he'll just tell them he's writing a book or researching a book, and I suppose it just comes down if he can arrange his finances for the trip, then he will come and be there. So yeah, that's like, that was another fun moment when he said that. I was like, okay, I did not expect that.
I'm already getting FOMO.
Yeah. Like last year, I already had to write 3 different versions of the schedule because of release date for Wheel of Time, because we were expecting it to come out at that point. And so I had, a version where nothing had come out, a version where all of it had come out. And then for some reason, I decided I would write a version where some of it had come out, but some of it hadn't. And obviously that ended up being the version that we used. This year, I have to write a schedule now that does include Michael, doesn't include Michael.
Right.
So there's a version that would have, Guy, Michael, and one other guest that is absolutely insane that I might have, but I literally probably won't know until like the day before. So
Will
there's
you tell
absolutely
us
no way.
after we're done recording?
Rosamund Pike.
Possibly be.
It's not Rosamund Pike, I'll tell you
Damn
that
it.
right now. But I will tell you. I will absolutely tell you afterwards. The reason I'm not telling people is I don't want to like get people's hopes up.
Right.
That they'll be there. I don't want to put pressure on said person.
Right.
But because of the nature of various factors, it's literally going to be like I can't tell you until the week of at the earliest. I was like, that's fine. So so I've got a version. I've got to pick up a version of events and interviews and things like that. It involves Guy, Michael, and said person, or just Guy and said person, or Guy and Michael, or just Guy, or I don't know.
So many permutations.
I know, right? Literally,
Megan will do the math for you if you fly her to Prague.
I can, yeah.
I was talking to Sulin at the weekend because I went to see her for her birthday last week, and then we caught up with a friend who.
Happy birthday, Sulin!
Happy birthday, Sulin!
Happy birthday, Sulin! Chatting to Becky about that, and I was just like, yeah. So like, Michael wants to come. Obviously, Guy's going to be there. Who knows? Maybe Guy will just drag Jessica along with him. Like you never know. I doubt that's a thing, but maybe she'll come to the party that we throw. That's probably a thing. And then I was like, if Michael turns up, do we need to do stuff for Michael? And then like, if this person can come, we'll have to have something for them, obviously. But who knows? That'll be like the Wednesday or something we find out, and the convention's the Friday. And she was just like, dude, too much. I was just like, well, apparently I put this stuff into existence because we were sat at Maya's play, and I said to it was literally Sulin. I said it to. It was like, can you imagine if Viola Smart walked in right now to like support her co-star on the final day, and then turned to my left, and Rafe walked in instead. So I put random things into existence, so you never know. But yeah,
the wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills. This is very true. And Michael saying that he wants to come and is trying to make it work was definitely a moment that kind of blew my mind at the convention.
Maybe you're Taviran.
I think we have some pretty clear evidence of this.
I mean, I don't know. Aside from Rafe walking in at the moment, I don't think I bent the pattern in any other ways. What other evidence would you have?
Well, the Rafe thing was a very Taviran moment.
That felt very Taviran, yes. So we'll give that one.
Yeah. But also, I feel like when you went to see Donal, somebody showed up. Well, the Taylor. No, I don't know. I feel like you have more moments that we're just not remembering right now.
Well, Rafe did show up to the Bremen play, but that was like fresh off the plane from LA.
Right.
But I'm not sure that was me bending the pattern. I think that was Taylor being slow going out the door. And so Rafe was just like, I'm just going to go in. I think if we'd already done photos earlier in the night, and then Taylor was like, okay, I got to go now. Or whoever it was, I think maybe Guy said, you want to go? And he'd just gone. Rafe would then have not walked in, I think. So I'm not sure that was the pattern. I think that was just Taylor being slow out the door.
That's what it looks like when you are Taviran.
Yeah, too much credit. Okay, like what else? Like, no, because if I really was Taviran, then Kate would not have run out of the front door with what is his name? When we went to see her in Bath for a view from the bridge. Because we were at the side door waiting for her, and she snuck out the front door with.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I feel like I would have, caught that if I'd been actually Taviran. So, yeah.
Sometimes Taviran doesn't fall your way. I'm just saying.
That's true.
Okay.
The pattern weaves you as it needs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Giving me too much credit now. Let's go back to WoTCon.
All right.
Was there anything at WoTCon this year that you hadn't seen before or hadn't managed to catch that you did catch?
I wouldn't say so.
I mean, it's pretty funny because I, for some reason in my head, had that there were more panel sessions than there were, but there were 5 sessions.
Right.
And I was on 2 and Meg was on 2 and we went to each other's. So that only left us
4 out of 5. Yeah.
Choice, which was fine. I mean, it was nice to not have to make choices. It's always really hard to make a choice. But so in that sense, I would say that the one thing I missed, one of my favorite memories from last year was running around the hotel with you, Rob, and with Leia. And with and Dan, I think.
I don't remember this either.
when we were like finding alcohol in as many places as possible, that one really late night, and I think Leia said, there's some upstairs in somebody's room. And Wolf
Oh,
Brother
wait, was that when Wolf Brother got us martinis?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was yeah, you were with us. I think you were
No,
with us.
I don't know. I don't think Rob was with us. It was you, me, Joe, Leia, Wolf Brother.
FOMO,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
sorry,
remember
Rob.
that.
And
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Rob.
It's fine.
somebody else.
I was probably
Amis
following Grace
there.
around. So,
Amis was there in
Amis
that
was there.
picture.
Yeah. It was just a fun like late night. It felt like a scavenger hunt. That was fun. And so I missed that a little bit. But no, I don't know that there was anything I didn't see that like from other years that I had, or that was anything sort of new other than just knowing more people, recognizing more people who I didn't know their faces, but I knew their names from chat last year, but maybe I didn't put the connection together last year. And then afterwards saw pictures and was like, damn it, I didn't introduce myself, or I didn't meet this person. So this year it was like a better ability to make sure I was, just trying to be present and say hello to people. Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what's just popped into my head that I can't believe we haven't really spoken about yet? The costume parade.
Oh, delusions.
And I don't know the name of the other lady.
And Baby Rand's mom.
Yeah,
Baby Rand's mom. Yes. Leia is right. She put in the chat that people brought copious amounts of booze for the lobby for after hours. Like, literally, there was a cooler just placed in the lobby at one point for people to just dive into.
Lots of White Claws.
Lots of White Claws and different beers and things. It was very, very generous.
And let me just say again, High Noon is the seltzer of choice if they would like to sponsor Three Wheeling or WoTCon.
This podcast is brought to you by High Noon.
It's not. It's really not. But if you'd like to sponsor us, High Noon, we would be willing to discuss that. But yeah, the costume parade. So the costume parade is always pretty good. I'm pretty sure I missed it the first year through having to run to my room for something. And then, but it was like not a huge amount of people. And then by the time I got back down, I'd missed it because I was gone for like half an hour. So I completely missed it in the end. But I caught it last year. It was pretty good. The costumes great. I feel like the costumes were better this year. Like people went all out. There were a few IEL that had like actual like spears and it looked like costumes from the show type thing. I can't remember
because of the show. I think we were able, like people. I mean, last year we could, and Critter did she did her Maureen costume last year as well. But like this year, we definitely, I feel like people went deeper into season 2 stuff. And
Taverns Ashandere was great.
Yeah.
And there was like Bear Lane. So Knuckles mustaches. That was super cute. And
they were on my team for trivia. On Team Bananarama.
There was the trivia? Did I miss trivia?
Yeah,
it was during dancing.
That was when you were dancing. Yeah.
Right. The trivia.
I happened to walk out to go get more drinks, and then I was like, "Oh, there's trivia!" And then I just like found a random table and sat with them. So
that's fair. I do enjoy trivia. I don't know. I've never actually done Wheel of Time trivia in person.
Fun. But we lost. It was garbage. I don't know. Like it's just every year.
I mean,
lose.
There was a white cloak in charge, so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, so the costume contests were great. People were really creative for what they were doing. There was like Tree did a Canadian yellow azure or something, so she dressed up like hardcore Canadian, but as much yellow as she could fit into it and stuff. Like I said, the IE were great, but there were 2 outfits I think really stood out for us, wasn't there? Like, so obviously we had the woman who brought her baby, and then she dressed up as Tigraine and gave birth on stage.
And everything.
Yellow cloak and everything, and then just like gave birth to a baby on stage, which was obviously her child that had come with her. And that was just, we were all dying of laughter about, like all the guests are in the background.
And the baby was redheaded too. So
yes.
Yeah.
And so adorable. Oh my God.
Like not afraid of strangers, just like super like smiley at everybody and so cute.
Yeah, I'm not a person who wants kids, but I was just like, damn, this kid is cute. Yeah.
Well, Fardar is my grandma is reminding us Val and Luca.
Oh, yeah. Who did Val and Luca? I feel like I should know their name. Apologies to them, but yeah, Val and Luca was great. It was just Yeah, there must have been like 30 people get up on stage or something. It was a huge queue of people. It was very, very impressive. But we did have I feel like if we'd had categories and like a quote winner, I feel like Delusions would have got it this year.
Oh, for sure. The showmanship, and I mean, of course, like, that is her bread and butter is showmanship.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember from the improv in year 2 where she got up on stages and was Elayne. No, not Elayne, where she was Nynaeve. I don't know who she was playing, but yes. Andrew Sedai. Then maybe that feels yes. Who played Alan Lucas? Sorry.
Yes.
The reason I'm saying that is live chat is going with us, folks. We record live if you're not familiar, and we have people with us today, so they're adding comments to our comments. But yeah, so Delusions got up on stage in a green dress, and then from the side rushed in Ali and Danny from Wheel Takes and Wheel Weaves, and they rushed on stage with a blow-up paddling pool, and then that got thrown down on the floor. And then Delusions just took off her green dress and was wearing like a nude bodysuit combination thing underneath. And she got into the quote bath. And then like Danny's blowing bubbles from a bubble gun, and Ali hands her a glass of goat's milk and, other things. And it was just like absolutely, everyone was just dying with laughter because she was just Elayne taking a bath on stage. While Ali and Danny.
Pregnant Elayne.
Yes.
Because Brendel.
That's why she'd have the goat's milk.
Because Delusions is yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Delusions is currently pregnant. So it was like full commitment to the part. Oh, there we go. Apparently Delusions borrowed one of Leia's tiaras for that insert hair toss moment type thing. So yeah. It was so unexpected but so funny. I did record all but the first 2 of the people in the parade on my GoPro. Obviously, there were multiple photos taken.
Yeah, you need to post those somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, I need to. So I was going to put them in. I recorded like the queues on a couple of days of people running and stuff. I was quote running around. My ankle was being good to me that weekend. But yeah, there was some commitment there to the cosplay. I was highly, highly impressed. So yeah, that was. And then the reactions from people in the back, like Michael Livingston was getting a little spicy. Kate was just dying and writing the most outrageous things on the whiteboard. And then Guy Roberts was like, I need to be professional every moment of this, the entire way whatsoever. And just had Uno written on his card and just kept putting up Uno, Uno, Uno.
Well, you could just be saying one.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I think he meant. Yeah, just give everyone one. Yeah.
Are we gonna play Never Have I Ever this week or no?
Yes, I do have Never. I do have it, so we can do that.
Jen will be Elayne.
Yes, I'm just going to decide that.
Yes, Jen will be Elayne. That is perfect. Yes. Ugh, who's gonna be Gowan?
Oh, Gowan.
I can do it. Oh, you will?
Yes, I'll do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
So who does that make you?
That would make me Galad.
Right, okay.
Whatever you want to say. Galad, because I'm from Michigan, where we talk like this, and it's Galad.
Michigan, Galad. Any last WoTCon things before we dive into the wheel?
There's so many, and just the love. The love best of it all.
And I just wish we could do it more. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that the 3 of us could hang out and record in person more often. That was a huge amount of fun. So
I'm working on you moving.
They keep trying to get me to move across, folks. So. All right, Never Have I Ever. Let's see if this works, because for some reason I think
there's a lot in there. I feel like you added more.
Yeah, I feel like I did. I also feel like this is just not enjoying screen shares for some reason at the moment. I'm not on my regular computer because
really thinking hard about that.
Not set up my space. So because other people have been here or meant to be here and such. So we will just we'll spin. Did that work?
Yep. Never have I ever lied about my age.
That is correct.
Lod would never lie about his age because he would never lie.
That's true. You're easy on that one.
Yeah. I'm Gowan.
Elayne
mean,
definitely would.
Yeah.
When she's older, you think, or when she's younger, to pretend she's older, you think she would lie about it?
All of the
Yeah.
above.
Fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Gatwin would also be a bit of a liar when needed to, mostly because his sister then gets him into that position. Yeah. All right. Next up. Never have I ever had to take a walk of shame.
Elayne is drinking to that one.
Yeah, she is.
Pretty sure with
I don't think Galad would either.
no.
No, I think you got the guy who doesn't drink this week.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think you're right.
didn't he? I don't know. I mean, like, well, yeah.
He didn't
wouldn't.
consummate anything with Elayne during the series.
Full spoilers.
Yeah, full spoilers.
Retroactively.
Spoilers.
We are.
What?
This is true.
We are. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Gawain. I don't know. Gawain doing the walk of shame, or does he make everyone come to him and they do the walk of shame? I think people go to Gawain and then they do the walk of shame afterwards.
That's so true.
Yeah, I think Gawain's like, my place is probably nicer than yours by virtue of me being a prince. So come to my place. Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be the quote for this week.
No, I like the other quote. It was very entertaining. Never have I ever gone streaking.
Bath time.
Sure Galad has not. Yeah, Elayne definitely has for bath time.
Yeah, I think Gawain has gone streaking on bets or dares
for
or whatever.
sure.
So.
Yeah, I'm definitely not drinking it all this week.
Feels like it.
Sad.
God, Galad is
Sad.
just. He's no fun, Galad, I tell you.
Nope. He's pretty though.
Yeah, well. Never have I ever cursed in a place of worship.
Elayne's drinking every time. I mean,
Yeah.
bloody,
She's
flaming.
a good time.
Yeah.
She just
I'm
milk.
a bit 50-50 on Gawain. I could be swayed either way. What do we reckon?
Gawain?
Yeah, I could see him doing it.
I don't know. I don't think so because he's always trying to keep Elayne on the straight and narrow. She's the one with the potty mouth, and he just.
Well, Galad definitely didn't, but I'm just thirsty, so.
Okay. That's fine. And we're sticking with Gawain doesn't because he's trying to keep Elayne out of the potty mouth situation.
Mhm.
So that's what we'll say there.
Yeah.
Never have I ever disliked something I've cooked. Do any of them cook?
Does Rob actually make? Is this one for Rob?
I have definitely made something for myself in terms of just my own general cooking. Yeah, that was not good, but I don't want to throw. So I'll eat it anyway.
I'm certain
I feel
Elayne
like
is
there's
a terrible
too many
cook.
double negatives here, and I'm very confused.
Yeah, I think that Elayne is a terrible cook. I think she tried to cook because she wanted to sort of pretend to be domestic for Rand for like an afternoon, and it was horrible. And she threw it out and called somebody and said, "Bring something else."
Is this like a slightly related moment to like Eowyn and Aragorn, where she cooks for him, he tries it, and he's just like, "Oh, this is horrible," and she doesn't realize, and then he's got to pretend that. Yeah, okay.
And he has to spit it out in a napkin, in a Lord of the Rings napkin that goes along with the Lord of the Rings menu.
Right. Gawain don't cook. I'm sorry.
I feel like Galad would just be like, "This is fuel, so I don't dislike it." So
Yeah.
Also fair. Also
He's
fair.
so boring.
He's so boring. Never have I ever had sex on a beach.
Elayne has definitely had sex on a beach.
no.
Yeah. Galad?
mean-
Is Galad having sex on a beach?
You mean Gawain?
No, I was thinking of you. I'm pretty sure Gawain would. If Gawain were
Yeah,
in love.
Gawain would.
Gawain would, and Elayne
It's-
certainly would.
The concept of
I mean,
sex on a beach
Elayne
is
could make. I mean,
romantic.
okay.
It's-
So if we're talking,
Elayne's the first of
birthdays-
Maine, and she would. Yes, actually, Elayne would convince Galad to do
Okay.
that.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Galad.
Yeah. Galad is banging on a beach with Elayne.
We're writing our own outrigger novel here. So
We are, but
Yeah.
that is, I believe, the only one that's
Yeah.
Tom and Julian like Elaine's cooking. I forgot about that. Never have I
Oh
ever
yeah,
started a fire.
Oh, didn't Galad actually start a fire or something or some
He
riot?
started a riot.
riot.
The
So I would
riot
say
in
that's similar. Yeah.
things were burning for sure.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
to get
So he's
Elayne and Nynaeve out of
yeah,
the
Amadecia.
out of the town
Yeah.
with the circus.
Yeah.
And I feel like Gawain is lighting fires for like, keeping campsites warm and stuff like this. This is a skill he would know as a warrior. So yeah, he's drinking.
Leo wants to know why all of these are no for Galad. I think it's because you think
he's boring.
He's boring.
He's really boring.
You think he
All right.
yes for some of these?
Accidentally started a riot. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's one. Yeah, actually started a riot. So
but had no regrets. This is
regrets.
true.
No regrets.
This is true. All right, last one. Never have I ever gone skinny dipping.
Did we have? Oh no, we had sex on the beach. No, we had sex on the beach.
Yeah, we had sex on the beach, and we had streaking.
And streaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I
Elayne
guess
just-
since we're saying Elayne
sneaking into
convinced
skinny dipping.
Galad to have sex on a beach, he would then go skinny dipping too. So
And,
he
and
would
Gawain's
try.
gone skinny. Yeah, like people like army guys and stuff when they're traveling. Yeah, they'll go skinny dipping to wash. So yeah.
all right, I
Dunzos.
feel like so then we would have WADA positivity, but I feel like we've already kind of talked about it.
We want a positivity right up through the.
I actually have a specific one. Can I
good.
go since I never
Absolutely.
go?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wait, did we just discover that Meg has a very negative life? No, this is not okay. Meg is a very positive person.
She's a generally positive person, but she's also a
school
realist and has a certain appropriate level of skepticism. So okay, but
I am White Aja. So
White Aja. Oh, this is true. I actually I do. Yes. Okay. So go.
Okay. So we met Kurt at WoTCon, and Jenn and I had a really good conversation with him, and you guys talked about Marin County stuff because where you used to live up there. And then something he said to us when he came to watch us live record on Sunday was like, I listened to you guys, but like really just seeing you, you really do have this really great connection, and you guys seem like really good friends, and that just made me feel really good.
Yeah.
I do remember Kurt saying that. That was extremely sweet of him.
It was really sweet.
Yeah. And I feel like even that very first year where we barely met, but we did meet, I do feel like we just all liked each other straight away. I mean, obviously you two like each other. Like, that's fair, Sisters don't have to, but you two clearly do.
Yes.
But like that first year I met you, and then like the second year I was like, hey, I'm going to actually hang out with you like for a couple hours, whatever it was. We sat there at those tables just chatting away. It felt very much like we'd just been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and that was prior to finding out that apparently Megan and I are
twins.
Long lost twins,
where I just got shipped across the Atlantic, and I have a later birthday because of shipping times of the 80s
exactly
stuff, adoption papers and stuff. Yeah, so
the transatlantic cruise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, flying a baby is a lot harder. Like stick them on a cruise ship. It's there's some easier places to hide. So, but yeah, no, I feel like we've just gotten along since day one, and yeah, we've done multiple live streams, and then we've started this podcast, and it's been so much fun, and it's not felt like hard work, at all the whole time. Yeah,
I know, and I was like, I'm worried we're gonna fill an hour today because we didn't prepare anything, and here we are, almost over 90 minutes in. So
yeah. So yeah, Kurt, thank you very much for that. It's just I don't know, the pattern threw us all together, and it worked very well. So yeah,
Taverin at work. Oh, which makes Rob the third wheel, because we both did that the exact same time. Exact same. If you were watching the live stream, you would have seen that we both leaned into our microphones in exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rob. Just straight up, you're the third wheel.
Yeah, apparently. So, but yeah, that's it. We're back. We will see you all again soon. Thank you for those that have joined us in live chats.
That's fun. Thank you.
It was really fun.
Yeah,
Yay.
It was a lot of fun. We recorded on a Tuesday night. We have not done that yet. We've always done Sundays so far. So, it was fun to do that. So, yeah, I think that's it. We're just going to say goodbye, everybody. So,
bye, everyone. Thanks
bye.
for bye.
once again, we've proven that even when you're the third wheel,
You can always find a place to fit in.
Join us next time
On Three Wheeling.
on Three Wheeling.
on Free Wheeling.